Good afternoon. We're with Allie Yager here at Art in Motion. Allie was an artist in resident at our place in Holdingford for a couple of weeks at the end of July. And Allie came back to discuss some of her art, and her art is on display currently in our gallery. So Allie, can you tell us a little bit about your artwork?
I'm primarily a drawer, and I have recently moved into installation work. I've always been attracted to drawing just because you can do it wherever. Paper and pen is mostly accessible to everybody, and you don't need a ton of space to be able to work really hard. This is a drawing full of tons of little dots, and I really think about labor and time in the work that I make. So much of my work is very repetitive and kind of a persistence through monotony of some kind of way, but yeah.
Very good. Can you tell us a little bit about where your art's interest in art came from?
Well, I think it was actually, I just always liked it since I was a little girl. Like for Christmas, I would get reams of paper, and my parents would find me in this nest of like, 8 by 10 sheets of paper around. My dad is also an artist, a painter, and so I always wanted his approval, like anybody. So I think that was really kind of the start for me. And for a long time, I thought I'd be a fashion designer. But when I got through high school, I realized that I was just more a fine arts type of person.
Yeah, very good. So did you pursue an art education?
Yeah, I actually got my BFA at St. Cloud State in 2007. And then I proceeded to start a family, and I took 15 years off and went and recently just got my MFA at MCAD, which is
what does MCAD stand for?
Oh, the Minneapolis College of Art and Design.
In Minneapolis?
Yeah. And that is where I got the residency through, because there is a launch program that Art in Motion hosts for MCAD students, and it was great.
Oh, very good. So is art your full-time career, or how does art play into your lifestyle?
Well, hopefully. I graduated this spring, so I'm really trying to work the hustle, and I will be teaching in the spring at St. Cloud State, and have some other opportunities I'm looking forward to. Luckily, I've had my work up since I've graduated. I had a show in St. Paul at Calendula Gallery, and then took that down and directly came here and was able to put something up. So that's been really great, and just keeping that momentum up, and hopefully it turns into money.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Everybody's got to eat.
Yeah, you got to put bread on the table, right?
Yeah,
so that is great. So when you look at your influences in art, I mean, do you have any art influencers that you kind of gravitate towards at all?
In undergrad, the artist that really grabbed my attention was An Kawara. And he did these series of date paintings where he would sit down and paint the date every day, and in a similar way. And he also made this volume of books where he just typed up to 1 million. They're amazing, and it was just about time. And it actually was 2 volumes of 10 books, 1 million up and 1 million down.
Just numbers.
Yes, and the quietness and the conceptual idea behind that really kind of inspired me to change my outlook on how I can make work to make impact. It doesn't have to necessarily be representational, to give these bigger ideas. And other artists that I recently, like Bridget Riley and some of the op artists, have been really influential, with my exploration with color. And I really think about the way that we see, what illusion is, and things of that nature. And then, Huma Clint is great, and there's a lot of great artists out there that have been inspired.
Well, we're going to take a look at some of your displays here that is currently on. So why don't you tell us a little bit about this big piece? This is probably 8 by 8 or even bigger.
This is your 8 by 8 movable wall, and do you want me to?
There you go.
So this is all window screen that I cut to 9 by 9 inch squares and then spray painted.
Oh wow! So it's window screen and you spray painted it.
Yep, and it creates a moire pattern and kind of an illusion as you walk by it. It creates motion. I was really interested in like color mixing because before I started grad school, I just did primarily black and white drawings. And my mentor, Jen Nevitt, she was like, I can teach you color. I'm like, okay, let's try it. So then I got really into color and how different colors mix together and create new things. This side of the wall is mostly blues, and on the other side is like pinks and
Well, let's go take a look at the other side.
warm and cold.
Very warm, yes.
Whoa!
Ah, there you go.
I like to create these big, impactful walls of color. It's pretty. It's okay that it's pretty, and it's fun, and it's the kind of work that I'd like to do. Like just making these squares themselves was an ambitious feat. I've got thousands of them, and then the time it takes to put them up on the wall is like this dedication to like patience and seeing something through the end.
Yeah, very good. See, I think we got some more over here.
I actually did this. The bulk of this one I did here in my residency.
Okay.
Now I'm kind of struggling with like how do I make the work when I don't have studio space. So I'm back at my kitchen table. Like I said before, drawing's really accessible, like no matter what space that you have to work in. So I started this at home. I got two or three of these squares done at home, and then got here. And like the first week of the residency, I just continued to make this drawing. I used a screen as like a stencil, so I would put the screen on there and then dot it out,
and switch color.
Yeah.
What kind of ink were you using?
They're just like Stadler colored pens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many hours do you think you had in that piece right there?
You know, it's pretty dumb. Probably 70.
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. No. Hey.
It's a compulsion. I can't not do it. So.
Yeah. Do you get in some kind of mental state of when you're doing this? Because some of this is really seems like repetitive, and it's. Do you find yourself in like almost an art trance when you're doing that?
Yeah, I think so, and it's a really. I feel like it gives me the opportunity to be in my own head.
Yeah.
I often will be listening to music or a podcast or an audiobook, so it gives me the ability to do that and then also be productive. Like I think that I really struggled. Like I was a stay-at-home mom for a long time, and I really kind of struggled with like finding my value and like being productive, but also like doing what I wanted. So like this was one way that I could be like I'm pursuing my work and my passion of art, but still being present at home. So,
oh, very good. I know you're busy right now, but how many hours do you think you dedicate to your work a week?
Well, recently, when I have the opportunity to do it, I will do it 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, whatever needs to be done. Especially when I have a big project, I can really just focus and get it done. But like this last week, I've probably only gotten like 8 hours in.
Yeah, okay, very good. Are you more of a daytime artist or a nighttime artist?
Recently, it's been daytime just because like my daughter is in school, so that's when I have the time to do it. But when I have studio space and I can get out, I prefer to go at night after she's in bed.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, and you reside where?
I'm from Monticello, and I've been there for 4 years. I grew up there, moved away, went to school, did all this stuff, and then moved back to my hometown because the sky is amazing.
And you are currently going to be teaching at St. Cloud State in the fall?
Not in the fall, in the spring.
Oh, in the spring?
I have the fall off.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you so much for being an artist in resident at Art in Motion here in Holdingford, and we truly enjoyed your stay and the creativity that you brought here.
I enjoyed it too. Like, if you can get a residency here, do it.